Sony have recently registered a brand new camera for 2025, which is due to be officially announced on the 28th of May. And thanks to all of the leaks across the internet from various trusted sources, we know exactly what this camera is and what the specs will be. So let's discuss why this new camera might surprise us all and be one of the best cameras to come out of the last 5 years. We know, thanks to various trusted sources online, that this will be a new addition to Sony's cinema line of cameras, and they're calling it the FX2. This camera will feature the body of the hugely popular FX3, but with the sensor from the A7V and the A7C2, as well as all of the latest features from Sony's most recent cameras, like the latest AI autofocusing processor, the multi-axis articulating screen, and great heat management thanks to built-in fans. And it's predicted to come in at a price tag of around $3,500, which could be its biggest challenge. Let me explain why. Now, the biggest question we have to ask ourselves is, as good as this camera sounds, why? Why make this camera when there are other cheaper hybrid alternatives like the A7C2, which is already hugely popular, or other filmmaking cameras that have better features like the FX3, which are the same price as this camera? Recently, I made a video talking about these potential issues and how this could be Sony's biggest mistake, and I'll leave a link for that video at the end for you to watch. But to summarize, essentially, I don't understand why you would want to spend $3,500 for an A7C2 with better heat management when you can simply buy yourself a third-party fan from Amazon that will cost you around $100, and that will solve the heat management issue and then save you a lot of money in the process. Now, yes, you could argue it has a better body with more modern features, but does that alone really warrant the excessive price tag? Maybe, maybe not. That's a question for you to answer and for you alone, because I know that this divides opinion from my last video, with people having conflicting views on it. Now, I know not all cameras are made for everyone, and that's fine. In fact, it's one of Sony's best qualities. The fact that they make so many camera variations, so there's something for pretty much everyone, is amazing. But I just don't understand where this particular camera will sit in the market if it still has the 4K 60 crop when the A7C2 still exists. Now, parking the issues for a moment, let's talk about the positives and how the FX2 might prove me completely wrong, exceed all expectations, and be one of the greatest cameras to come out of the last 5 years. Now, what if this camera has the FX3 body that we all expect with its built-in fans and rugged design, the A7C2 33 megapixel sensor that is capable of stunning high-resolution photos that can shoot at 10 frames per second in mechanical shutter, and oversampled 7K footage that can record at 24, 30 and 60 frames per second with no crop, and even potentially 120 frames per second with a Super 35 crop. Then you add in all the latest features like the AI autofocusing processor, 32-bit float with an XLR mic, dual CF Express Type A slots, and improved IBIS. Now you have a camera that I can get excited about and will have me rushing to put in my credit card details. I think the biggest issue that Sony are going to have with this camera is the price of it, and the fact that they're charging $3,500 for this camera, especially when you still have the A7C2 that you can get hold of for under $2,000, which is pretty much exactly the same camera, just without the premium body, obviously the latest features and heat management. Now, I'm not denying that this new FX2 will be an amazing camera, and I think some people are getting me confused about that from my previous video, and that's not the case at all. No, this is an amazing camera, and it's probably one of the best cameras that you can buy when it's released, and it's the reason why the A7C2 is so widely popular. But if you're going to try and sell the FX2 for that price tag, and it has exactly the same specs as a camera that is $1,500 cheaper, and you can fix the heat management issue with a $100 fan from Amazon, then that is where the issue is going to lie. Now, I could be completely wrong, and I hope I'm completely wrong, and I hope that Sony makes this camera with 4K 60 with no crop, and it has all the other features that we expect, and it is absolutely blinding. So yes, it will have better heat management, and it will have dual CF Express Type A slots and 32-bit flow audio recording, and potentially 4K 60 with no crop. But if that's all it has that's different from the A7C2, you have to ask yourself, is that worth spending an extra $1,500 on? And only you can answer that question. Now, let me know the answer to that below. And while you're typing down below and sharing your opinions with me, then feel free to like the video for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel for more camera content just like this. And I'll be making a video as soon as the FX2 is released, talking about whether I was right or wrong. So make sure you're subscribed to see that video.